Yar. Good morning, everyone. Welcome aboard the Cringe. We are getting started a little bit early before the turn of the day because I still have to go visit Kenton. Had a little bit of mix-up yesterday when I went to go record that video. There we go. My computer had to update a ton of updates. Not the small ones, the big ones. So, yeah, Microsoft had to download a couple of updates. So we're just going to Captain's Island today because I want to get that fossil. Or, gyroid, excuse me. I want to come back and get that planted before the turn of the day, so pretty cool. You can still do that. So it's 4:30 in the morning. Okay. And that's all we're going to do today. I'm spending $1,000 to get a new gyroid. Or 1,000 bells. All right. So that is it. That's the only thing we're doing before the turn of the hour. Or, yeah, for the new morning. So this is going to be a longer video than normal. In all my experience as sailors, I didn't make up my own music. Just so you know. All right. So we are... You know what? I can at least eat... Can at least break the stones. Yeah, my goal is to get back to my island. All right. And we will do this. Oh. Of course. Yeah, but today we're not wasting time. I just want the gyroid. There we go. And there it is right there. That is what we're here for. It's only because I'm trying to collect all the gyroids. So I found out there's 36 different variances. And each one of them has 5 different colors. And then there's Brewsters. So... All right. All right. All right, I'm going to break this one, and then I'm heading back. Because I want to get this planted before we get back. Or before the day changes. All right. It's an expensive gyroid. Hope it's worth it. I got to be honest, there are many times I've had to do this in my other playthroughs. So this is the only kind of cheat I do. I get up early and like an hour before the day changes and do everything and then put it in my like I sell everything to get the money. Okay, we're going to spam B in this one. All right. So I did this yesterday. Changed the flowers because I want to grow all the flowers that are available. All right. I know this is going to take some time. That's why I'm kind of hoping it gets done. I could have spent like 5 more minutes. Ghost, I'm not doing that with you. So apparently there's more color variances because you can actually take these to leaf and change their colors. But I don't want to do I want the natural colors that they come with. Old. Just to make it honest. All right. So I just want to get the natural colors that they have. That is my only goal. Oh, and some of them only have 4 colors. So put away. Place. So I might have a lot of these already completed because some only have 4 and stuff like Brewster's only has the 1. Now I have his, I just don't know where it's at. I'm just looking. Nice. So let's do an inventory. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. I have 23 different types with partners. This would be 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34. So I have 2 that I do not have partners for, or 2 more. So I only have 34 of these. And there's 2 that I don't have. So I think one is Brewster's. I thought I already had his. All right. We're going to go sell some stuff. Yep. So I have 2 more that are... So if I'm still waiting on Brewster's, I only have 1 more. And Brewster's only has the individual. Yeah, so yesterday I went to an island, completed that portion, and I started getting frame rate drops. That's how I knew I was getting a download. And then I decided to wait for this until the morning. So we're about 10 minutes away. Oh. So we're about 10 minutes away from the top of the hour. And that is going to start a new day. So I'm hoping that little... Sweet. Okay. Good. Thank you. Thank you, Hootie. Nice. Okay. Fish. Okay, we're going to go sell this. Yeah, so that was my intent anyways. Was to complete the island tours, but didn't happen. Yeah, so I'm going to visit my son today. I know I just did yesterday. Got a bunch of meetings up there today. So for those of you that don't know, that have an adult with autism, I have guardianship over. Yeah, we'll put that in. So for those with adults in the storage, you know what? I'm going to swap those out. All right, put in storage. Okay. So today, getting back to that conversation, every quarter they have meetings. You know, then there's extra meetings. Like I told you, I had to attend a court case because he was a victim of a crime. There's extra meetings, so had a lot of meetings, which is good because it's oversight, right? It was a difficult decision to put my son in like an AFC facility, adult foster care. And by foster care, it's just somebody that's helping with his daily routine. So it's not like, you know, I still have guardianship and all that kind of stuff. So I still make his choices for him. So that can be misleading. But part of the reason why I decided to do that is because I want him to understand what life is going to be like, you know, if something were to happen to me. as an adult. So I wanted to make sure that he was already in a safe environment and that he would still recognize that, dad still visits and that kind of stuff. So that's part of the reason. And for parents with, children in my situation, you got to start those things early, because if these things happen or anything happens, it would become shocking or a crisis if he was ever placed into a home, prior to that, without transition. Yeah. Tough decisions all the way around. And these videos are essentially going to be support. My son likes video games, but these videos are the sound of my voice. So eventually, if anything were to happen, these videos can be pulled up so he can be soothed, right? Or recognize familiar tones and recognize dad's voice, The video game is for fun because I enjoy to do it. He likes it. He likes video games too. So I figured this was an easy way to do it. All right. So the turn of the day is going to happen in about 5 more minutes. So I hope everybody's having a good morning. I certainly am. I'm going to be drinking some coffee here for a second. So beverage of choice today is coffee, Nescafe Blonde Espresso, and that's an instant coffee. While instant coffee is not for everyone, I actually like it. This kind. Ironically, the only instant coffee I really didn't care for was the famous coffee house that's all over everywhere. There's 3 big coffee chains in my neck of the woods. There's a donut place that has the initials TH, right? There's the famous Arches that has coffee. There is the famous SB, right? The one that started in Seattle. And then Dunkin'. But I actually like this. And the instant that I did not like was from the one that started in Seattle, the famous one with the green and white logo. Now, that may have changed, but I'm not a fan of their coffee anyways. I think they over roast their beans for me. So in case you didn't know, light roasts are traditionally have more caffeine. The darker you roast it, the less caffeine. So everybody drinking the Starbucks, they're still getting caffeine, but I don't know, it just tastes super burnt. And that's why I'm not a fan of it. Every time I've had that coffee, it's always super burnt. So I always ask if I'm stuck between a rock and a hard place and visit the green and white place. I always ask them to make a fresh pot. And you can do that most places. The donut place that starts with, it has TH. They make fresh pots for me all the time. And I never ask them to. They always tell me they're doing it. They're like, yeah, we got about another minute on the brew. So, if you can pull up through the drive-thru, right? If you could pull up ahead, we'll bring it out to you. So that's the place I frequent the most if I'm going to get coffee out in town. As far as the chains, but for cheap coffee, I usually go to the Arches, or I stop and get a coffee from a place that I know makes coffee all the time. And so we're starting a new day. So we're going to see if this gyroid trick worked. Yeah, so this is going to be a longer video than normal. Yeah. And if I didn't say it already, I appreciate all the likes, subscribes, and comments. Okay, not raining today. At least from what I can tell. Is she drinking an adult beverage? Oh, okay. No mail. Maybe I ought to start sending mail to my villagers. Good. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're at the start of a new day. No, I wasn't going through my spiel again. In case I didn't say it, I'm your Captain Joey, Joey speaking. Yeah. Nice. Okay, so I'm still waiting for the purple on these flowers. I got to get this while I see it. I have to. I can't walk away from it. Good. So, yep. For a lot of people, the extra fossils are not a big deal, or are a big deal. A lot of people don't like that portion. I do. Because I consider it daily chores, right? Stuff you got to do. I mean, even I have to pull my weeds out of my flower bed. I don't have a big flower bed, but I've got one. And I'm still pulling weeds for it. All right. Let's go back up. I have 2 small flower beds. I have 6 bushes out front, or hedges. And I have some daffodils. I think they're called daffodils. Maybe they're kind of like lilies. I don't know. I think they're the ones that look like little cups, right? They have a little cup in the middle. I don't know. I'm not that good with these. I think daffodils were my mom's favorite. When she passed, a lot of people brought those because that was her favorite. I think I learned that, but it was kind of nice to see people who remembered. That was kind of nice. So I thought I had Brewster's. And I still may. I just don't recognize it off the top of my head. I know it had a mustache. Hope I didn't give that away to a villager. That would be upsetting. I'm just looking to see. Well, all right, ladies and gentlemen, just a quick inventory. 1 of the 4 fossils, 1 of the weeds. Yeah, I don't see it. You know, I don't even know if I got it, to be truly honest. Okay. A Gyroid. I'm not sure what that one is. A Wallopoid. All right. So let's see what these things look like. Okay. I do have one of those. That I do know. Cool. I got 2 new rows today. Awesome. We're going to be spending a little bit of time. So that is my Gyroid. And my Wallopoid is back here. So we're going to grab these. Grab this. So remember, Wallopoid and Gyroid. Wallopoid, Gyroid, Wallopoid, Gyroid. Okay, so Drumoid, place. Place. Okay, that one. Oh. Put away. Okay. Yeah, we could do that. What the heck? Oink away. Okay. Place. And it does look like a pig. All right. I am definitely going to have to do some island rework today. All right, place. There we go. Okay. Wallopoid, place. Huh? That's a nice color. That's pretty cool. Wallopoid. All right. That's a pretty cool one. I got to be honest. A Jingleoid. All right. And place. All right. So I have 9 more without matches. And I'm still missing 2, but I think I gave my Brewster's one away. So, all right. So let's get back to the daily chores. That's pretty cool. So I do make my gyroids a part of my daily chores videos. So if you guys are interested in seeing the updates of the gyroids, and that's part of the reason why I do that first. So you don't have to wait too long in the video. All right. 2 and 1. So 2 fossils, 1 weed. And typically there's 2 weeds. I think I've found 3 every once in a while. It's not too common. And typically if you can't find your other weed. Huh. Okay. Oh, let's go back here. I thought I was done. So out of all my villagers, this is my least favorite villager. And I don't dislike her. She's just my least favorite. I love her furniture, though. I think I already have this. Maybe I do. I thought I already had it, but maybe I don't. That's cool. So does anybody know how many of the DIYs there are? I've never thought of that portion. And I thought I already had coconut juice. Interesting. Yeah, so I got to be honest. Going back to the gyroids discussion, that was not something I was interested in doing. I personally can't stand them. However, I'm growing to appreciate them. It may sound weird. Okay, no fossils. Ooh, I was going to try to collect that. Yeah, I don't know why I check her backyard, because she doesn't have logs. And I always check behind here, even though I've made it so there are no spaces behind there. And we'll just double check. All right. It's a good sized fish. I'm going to try it. 2 fossils, 1 weed. There's a horned dynastid over there. Okay, fishy. Okay, a lot of the language and the words that I'm using are for my son's benefit. Fishy is old. Because he likes Nemo. Okay, ooh. I think that's a saw stag. Yeah, we'll give it a shot. Yep. I think I just saw CJ. Oh, maybe I did. All right. Yep. I thought I did. What's up, Beaver? Oh, my son is excited about a new movie called Hoppers. Apparently Disney Pixar is making it. I don't know if it's true because he looks at a lot of sites that make fake movie promos. But it looks to be real. From everything I can tell. Oh. So it's about a beaver, I think. Oh, weed number 2. I already have the propeller beetle. Nice. Okay. 50. All right, so I need 3. And if you followed me for any length of time, this is my standard procedures. We all have quirks when we play the game. Every person that plays Animal Crossing has their own little things they like to do, and that is one of mine. All right. Burying hole. All right, so the reason why I started changing some of the flowers around is because eventually I'm going to put fencing, but I'm trying to grow all the flowers. I already have that cicada. I think that's an evening cicada. Yeah. The propeller beetle. Uh-oh. Let's do this. I didn't see that before. Walking leaf. All right. All right, 2 fossils. The weeds are done. The tree is done. The money tree and the stone. So put away. There we go. Okay. Just a quick assessment. I do not have a golden stag. Sweet. Yeah. Oh, yeah. OBS is working really good today. Oh, I gotta go over here. I see it. I gotta do it. Nice. Okay, so I think all the fossils are complete. Yep. Yeah. I thought I only saw 3. Nice. So I ended up with my 30,000 back. That's always a good sign. Let's plant. There we go. Nice. All right. Here. Oh, so I got to drink coffee, did I? I got to be honest. The good thing about doing the island over at Harv's is it took advantage of a lot of the photos stuff I had to do. Take photos. There we go. I think that's silly. I think it's a silly task. And not judging. I think that's geared towards a modern audience. You know. Oh, cool. No. You know. So a lot of people who play Animal Crossing like certain things. And a lot of people who play it, you know, I know this kind of sounds weird, but there are those that like it and those that don't. And that doesn't appeal to me. So I'm still waiting on a green for this. Still waiting on a blue for this one. Waiting on one black one for that. And then this one, I think I'm waiting on blue and gold. And this one is purple for here. And then this one, I need pink. So that is it. Oh. Long citrus beetle, I already have that. Now's the time to look between the trees for logs. There you go. Yep. So I consider this part of the daily chores. You're always walking around picking up tree branches and stuff. I'm trying to keep that 5-star. So that's why it's important to me. Or I'm trying to get to the 5-star. So that's why it's important. All right. Oh, there's one more area I have to check. I don't know what I was doing. Let's go get the horn dynasted. So I'm looking for, there's like a centipede or a millipede or a silkworm that's hardly visible. I'm looking for that. Okay. Now I know there's a sidewalk behind me, so I know those are done. Let's go through here. Okay. At some point, I'm going to take these and make an orchard with all the fruit. All right. All right, time to head back. And I got to be honest, you know, the fossils aren't that bad because I'm running around anyways. To me, it's not that bad because I'm still looking for the rock. Yeah, I'm still looking for the money tree. Oh, nice. Arowana. Let's double check and make sure that that is in my inventory here. Golden trout. Dorado. I don't see an arowana. Ah. Got to be smarter than that, apparently. All right, let's go visit Brewster. I already have that. It's a dung beetle. I got to get a cup of coffee today. It's one of my tasks, so I'm going to do that. So there's usually a 500 bell difference between assessing fossils and not assessing fossils. So that's why I always do this. To me, it's worth $2,000 because I'm always looking for 4. So it's a 500 or 2,000 bell upgrade just to come get them. I'll do this. So that's why I typically do it. Okay. Peace out, yo. What's up, Pidge? So I don't think I have Brewsters. I'm not sure. Because I'm not sure if I came here 50 times yet. All right. Oh. You never know. Oh. I forgot. There we go. All right. See how much this one is. Yep. That's a good one. Confirm. Good. Okay, we're going to come over here. So these are what I consider the daily chores, right? The only thing I haven't done is talk to all the friends, but they're not up this early. So by the time I get done with running to the islands and stuff, at least one or two of them should be open. No. Okay, but actually I want to drop some money. Yeah. It's a lot of money to have on. So we're going to take... All right. 81,195. Confirm. I'm going to make that extra $1 back. I'm not worried about it. All right. All right, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, we're going to end there. And we will see you tomorrow for another Daily Chores. And I think this is episode 51. So you have a wonderful day. Thanks for the support. And I hope you have a wonderful morning. Bye.